we're going to jump right into what the heck this law of cosines is. Okay, let's go ahead and just give ourselves a little picture. Let's give ourselves a little picture over here. I don't care where your A, B, and C are. I'm just going to go in this order. And I know little a corresponds with big angle A, little b, little side B, and little side C. And how would we set up law of sines from yesterday? How does law of sines go? First of all, does law of sines work on any triangle? Does it have to be right triangle anymore? Yeah, that's the nice thing. SOHCAHTOA has to be a right triangle. That's a little specific, if you ask me. Law of sines is like, no, I'm good. You can be anything you want, and I'm still going to work. Law of sines, you guys, sine of any angle over its side, and you don't have to write this down, is the sine of another angle over its side. And you can use that for any different corresponding angles and sides. Law of cosines looks a little bit heavier, if you will. Am I right? Looks like a lot, but this is just the same exact formula written 3 different times. The one that I like the most is the bottom one, because what does this part remind you of? Isn't that just the Pythagorean theorem? We know that like the back of our hand. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I dig that. And so then this is the newer part. Minus 2, where do you think this A and the B came from? It's whatever legs you used here. We're going to use those same exact legs here. And then cosine of whatever side we have by itself over here has to correspond with the angle that we're finding over there. So maybe you do write yourself a little note that these are always referring to sides. And then, we got lots of sides actually. Sides. And then the big old C, this is talking about an angle. Okay, so I was saying that we had Luke Labeo as a golfer. Do we have any golfers in this class? Who are my golfers? We didn't. Okay, so we're going to keep Luke Labeo. And this is, I just put this info from this picture over here. And I said, hey, how far is the ball from the cup after he sliced it? Whoops, we're not perfect. We're not Tiger Woods. So how far is the ball from the cup? We want angle X, side X, my bad. And I'm here to say, if you can do law of sines, people, go to law of sines. I think it's much faster and much easier. But if I did law of sines, wouldn't it be sine of angle 4 over X equals sine of angle, do I have any other angles? I don't have any other angles, right? So law of sines, I don't have enough info to use it. I would have too many unknowns. So I've got to go use this law of cosines thing. Got to go use this law of cosines. And whatever the side we're going to use here, we need the corresponding angle. Do you agree if this is side X that I'm looking for, I need its corresponding angle, 4 degrees? Cool. So let's go ahead and use this. X is going to be my side C, if you will. So let's go ahead and say X squared. What are my 2 other sides? I don't care what order we put them in. Thanks, girl. 177 squared and 160 squared. Dig it. Minus 2 times, you guys, whatever numbers you put right here, you're going to use those exact same numbers. 177 and 160. Cosine of what angle goes with that side X? 4. Perfect. You guys, you could type all this in one line in your calculator. Did we type this in, and what do we get on this one side? 426? Is that what you said? 426? And to your point, I didn't even put the decimals with it because it's not my final answer. And I know when I take that square root, I'm going to take the square root of the actual value in my calculator. What are we getting when we take the square root of 426 point 20.663, which is 0.7. Very good, you guys. 20.663 yards. So I'm all for law of cosines. When we're finding a side, I don't think it's too bad to type all this in. Let's go see if we have to find the angle. Just to prepare you guys mentally, we're just going to do these 2 problems, and then I'm going to let you start your homework. We're going to just do these 2. Here we go. This top one, I went ahead and I copied the law of cosines from the previous page. It says angle A is 120. They want us to find every missing part. Angle B, angle C, and angle A. Could we do law of sines right off the bat? Because if we can, I'm all for you doing it. We've got this angle, so we could say sine of 120 over A, and Fickus, you're shaking your head, no, you're right. What we don't have enough info, do we? Because I'd say sine of 120, and you don't have to write this down, guys. over A equals sine of, what's another angle? We don't know. We'd have to be like B over 9, and then I'd have two variables. We can't be solving for two variables, you know? So that's when the law of cosine says, I know that I'm a bigger nuisance, but I can help you solve on this problem. So like, okay, what are we going to find first? Do you want to find angle B, side A, or angle C? What is this guy referring to, a side or an angle? It's referring to a side. Do you agree it's already by itself? If I were you, finding the side using law of cosines is way easier than finding the angle using law of cosines. So I'd start with the side. Let's use the one that the variable is already by itself. So over here, which side are we missing? Side A. I heard someone whisper it. Let's go find side A. So we got A squared equals, what are my other two sides squared? What are my other two sides? My bad. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. It's just so much participation. 5 and 9. And then we've got minus 2 times 5 and 9. And the angle that goes with side A is 120. Guys, let's go type all this in. Go type all that in. Let's get the square root of it and let me know what you get. My girl Callie got a 12.288. Anybody else? Now, that's my little side A. Great. What can we do to find angle B or angle C? Is law of cosines back on the table now? Could we go law of cosines now? Or law of sines? We could, because now I have an angle and its opposite side. So I could say, all right, sine of my angle over 12.288 equals, which one do we want to find first, y'all? B or C? B for Toby. Sine of B over, Toby, what's your side length?
9.
Yeah, 9 goes with B. You guys, we're going to cross multiply. This is what you did yesterday from a video. I hate leaving you guys a video, but that was where we were at. We have 9 sine of 120. When I cross multiply, I get 7 point, I'm just going to write 8. Again, what you're writing on your page is not what the numbers that you're going to use in your calculator, I sure hope. When we divide by 12.288, whoa. Ms. Nipel, with your math classes, are they crazy about rounding or no?
They typically say to leave things unrounded, like we'll go out 4 decimals.
Yeah. Or would they rather your answer just be like 12.288 divided by, 7.8 divided by, I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you're saying. No, typically they want you to solve it out, but they make, like, how you leave it in your...
How are we going to go from sine of B equals 0.634 to just angle B? Yeah. What'd you say? What'd you say? Inverse. Yes. I thought that's what you said. So little angle B. Anyone get 39.367? What's up, Fick? Uh-oh. Did I round? Anyone get 39.367? Ooh. Angle C. Do we need to do law of sines or cosines if I've got 2 of my 3 angles already? You could. Albite, do you like doing extra work? No. Nah, Albite does not like doing extra work. Albite, you're not alone in that. If I've got 2 of my 3 angles, Albite, how can I find my third without doing law of sines or cosine? How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. Can we just subtract them, you guys? 180 minus up arrow, ficus, minus my 120. And did we get 20.633? Cool. Last one, you guys. I didn't give us a picture, and I did that on purpose. It's important for us to be able to draw what they gave us. On this guy, I personally am at A, B, and C from the bottom left, but you can do it in any order that you want. They gave us side A is 24, side B is 28, and side C is 18. Here's this staring us in the face. Could we do law of sines? Because I think it's easier. sine of an angle over its side equals sine of an angle over its side. Do I have any angles? I can't do law of sines. When you can, use it. We got to find an angle, right? That's all we need. Tobes, we find an A, B, or C. You tell me. A. All right, we're finding angle A. So, Tobes, if we're finding angle A, this is the side that has to correspond with that angle A. So if this is an A over here, this also has to be an A over here. So, you guys, we have to say 24 squared equals. That's where we have to start if we're finding angle A. Equals the other two legs squared, 18 squared and 28 squared. Minus 2 times those other two legs, 18 and 28. Cosine of angle A, because that's what Toby said we're finding. This is where the biggest mistakes get made, people. How would I have to start to solve this one? This guy's got a lot of stuff around it. How am I going to start moving things away? How do I start solving? You want to just get what these values are? Okay, what's 24 squared? 576 equals 18 squared? 324. 28 squared? Bless you. 784, thanks so much. Minus, let's go ahead and get what this whole thing is. 2 times 18 times 28. Help me out with that. 1008. Great. Cosine of A. So you're like, okay, that was one starter. Then what would we start doing to get this A by itself, big old A? Yeah, I hear see like, should we subtract that 324 over and subtract that 784? That's what we need to do. Would I subtract or add this 1008? Why wouldn't I add it? It's being what by cosine of A? Multiplied. So you guys, we got to do this in 2 separate steps. We're going to say my 576, I'm going to take away my 324. So we're going to do my 576 minus my 324 and minus my 784. Do you agree we're left with negative 5, what was that, 32? Equals negative 1008 cosine of A. Now what are we going to do? Yeah, now we're going to divide by that negative 1008. People want to combine these into one step, and that's where we get in trubs. What do we get? Cosine of A is going to equal positive 0.52. And then how am I going to get angle A? Inverse. Inverse. What are we getting with that inverse cosine? 58.1 something degrees. I love that. You guys, this is where people make a lot of mistakes though. Right here when they'll write this perfectly. And then they'll type all of this in their calculator. And they'll either subtract all of that or divide all of that. And unfortunately, we need to do it in 2 different steps. If we subtract all of that or divide all of that, it's not going to get us the right answer. So when we're looking for the angle, subtract these 2 values, divide by that quantity, and then we'll be on the right track. But that's the biggest mistake people make. Angle A, we said, was 58.1 degrees. Could we do 180 minus that to get my missing angle? No, we don't have enough yet. What do we want to do to find angle B or C? You want to do that same process again? Woof. Or do we want to find, do law of sines? Law of sines, right? What are we doing? B or C? C. C. So I'm going to say sine of C over little side C, which was 18, is the sine of, we now know B was 58.1 over the side of B, which was 28. We're going to cross multiply. Psh, psh. Psh. We're going to cross multiply. You guys, you can really show as much or as little work during this process as you want. 18 sine of up arrow ficus. Wait, did I mess up? Oh, thanks, girl. Sine of C. What did we find? We found A. Caroline, you just saved me. Oop, boop, boop, boop. When is boop, boop, boop. Over 24. You just saved me. Come on, little marker. Come on, buddy. Well, we've got 24. What would y'all get for C? 39.57 degrees or 39.6 degrees. I'm good with either of those. 39.6 degrees. And then I would just take those both away from 180, yeah? What do I get when I subtract those from 180? My final angle, 80. Third period. Do we have a pulse today? Did anyone get 82.3? You did?